Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Low Rollers. My name is Trey.
I'm Brian. I'm no longer the only Ultramarine player here.
And I'm RJ. Apparently, man standing on that.
He is going to be a tech priest tonight. Yeah, I mean, you know, I might have picked up a few Ultramarines.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I could swear Ultramarines were like, oh, the poster boys. They get everything.
Look, all I'm saying is the Horus Heresy made Ultramarines look really cool, so I bought Farinarios and a Combat Patrol.
Mm-hmm. That had Tigerius, which, by the way, I had an extra one in case, you know.
Oh, you can.
I was going to tell you that, but I saw the picture when you showed me. Side note, everybody. I now have converted another guy to the light. Because let's face it, Ultramarines are the light of the universe.
Let's face it, it was going to happen at some point. Because all I'm lacking now is Imperial Fist, Salamanders, and Iron Warriors.
Well, that's true. Now I just need to get RJ to get some kind of Space Marine faction.
That's
not chaos. That's not chaos.
Actual Space Marines.
By the way, RJ is coming to you as an AdMech tonight. When he talks about AdMech, it'll work really well.
Shouldn't more the current moment. Oh, back down. I'm going back down. I don't know what's going on with the internet here.
All right. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, I can still understand what he's saying, so the viewer at home should be able to as well. We're starting off with Orks tonight as we continue our faction-focused coverage. The core rules did come out, but we haven't had time to dig into those, so we're going to keep covering factions. Tonight we're talking Xenos. Our first detachment is Rolling Death. This is a Battle Wagon Hunter Rig Kill Rig detachment. One detachment point, like all of them have been and will be. Friendly wagon units, which are battle wagons, hunter rigs, kill rigs, can reroll charge rolls. And when they're selected to make an advance roll, they can change that advance roll to a 6.
That's kind of good.
Yeah, this is cool.
Because all their like vehicles like move a ridiculous amount?
Yeah.
More than like regular transports.
So it's very good for the slower battle wagons, hunter rigs, and kill rigs. I do wish it included trucks, but that might be too good.
Oh, okay, the trucks are the ones I was thinking about.
They also have an enhancement when a wagon unit, when a unit embarked within this unit selected to make a disembark, it has +1 to charge rolls. So that's pretty good. And then, a strat for during your shooting phase when a friendly battle wagon selected to shoot, your ranged attacks have rapid fire X, where X is the number of the attacks. So that's very good.
That's stupid.
If RJ is speaking, I cannot hear him, but I keep seeing his deal light up.
I haven't spoken yet.
Oh. All right, we're gonna keep going and see if his internet clears up. That's a lot of shots. Rapid fire X, where X is the attacks. So if we said that the firing deck, right? If the boys have, I don't know, 6 shots each.
Mm-hmm.
Rapid fire 6. That's a lot more shots. That's a lot of shots. You know, yeah.
God, I can only imagine if the Ultramarines had that with their Rhino.
No, we're moving on. Nope, absolutely not.
I put intercessors in there.
Nope, absolutely not. We're moving on.
5 times 4, 20 times. Ooh, that's 400 shots.
We're moving on.
We shall not give Ultramarines those rhinos.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Awesome. Okay, let's move on.
Our next detachment is Tactical Brigade. It has been reworked. This was the Grotsmiths one. Friendly Storm Boys still have battle line, so that's the same as before. But now when a friendly boys, commandos, or Storm Boys unit, I'm sorry, I should specify, I am still sick, is selected to make an advance or fallback move. That move does not prevent the unit from being eligible to start an action. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you fall back or advance, you can still do actions with boys, commandos, and storm boys. For a 1-point detachment you can throw on to make sure you can still do actions, that's pretty solid.
Which really, since based on some of the early, a lot of people are starting to do their initial 11th edition games, and apparently a lot of the new objectives almost require you to do some kind of action to score points in each one.
Okay.
So far
Very
that I've
cool.
seen.
There's also an enhancement here for an infantry war boss that gives that war boss infiltrator and stealth. Now, it does not give the unit infiltrate. It specifically says this model has infiltrators and stealth. So you can run a solo war boss and have it be an action monkey or a lone op threat, technically, with infiltrators and stealth. Or
Yeah, I don't think scouts would be very happy to run into a lone war boss.
oh no. Or
No.
you can have that war boss join commandos, and then the whole squad has infiltrators, and you can infiltrate a war boss with a squad of commandos.
Well, that's kind of scary.
Yep. And then finally, the dead sneaky strat, which the stratagems are colored now, like they used to be, but now the colors actually mean something. So the red stratagems are you can only use those during your opponent's turn. The blue stratagems are you can only use those during your turn, and the green stratagems can be used during either player's turn. This one, end of your opponent's fight phase, one friendly unengaged commando or storm boy unit can be put back into strategic reserves for 1 command point, uppy downy, for a squad of commandos or storm boys. And again, if you attach that war boss to those commandos with this enhancement, he's a part of that unit, so he could uppy downy as well.
That just doesn't sound. I mean, it sounds great for orc players.
Yeah. We also have another reworked detachment for the next one, which is really interesting because Mordaka is getting reworked and becoming a 1 detachment point detachment, which honestly, that's not a bad thing. Mordaka was busted when it came out to an absurd point where orcs got nerfed to oblivion because of it and stopped being playable, basically, making it less useful, but 1 point where you can use it all the time. I kind of like it. Friendly orcs infantry units, ranged attacks have assault. Just give your whole orc army assault. It's infantry.
That's bad.
And in your shooting phase, if the Y is active for your army, friendly orcs units, ranged attacks have sustained hits 1. What made it busted before is that all orcs infantry got assault, and it was sustained hit 2.
Oh.
So now it's just sustained hit 1, but it's only 1 detachment point. So why would you not take this?
Yeah, you'd have to give me a hard reason not to. I mean, I don't know if there's a orc detachment that's 3 points that would make it better than any 2 point in that.
There might be. We don't know yet. We'll find out very soon, actually. But they're supposed to be revealing some of that for Orcs and Space Marines this next week. But Mega Knobs with Assault and Sustain Hits 1 on top of, say, the WA detachment that lets you WA 2 turns in a row, that'd be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they have an enhancement here for infantry. Their ranged attacks have Rapid Fire 1, or if it already has Rapid Fire 1, you can make it Rapid Fire plus 1. So it'd be Rapid Fire 2 or higher if you could do that. So that's really going to benefit your Ludus. Ludus have high Rapid Fire attacks. Or Flatchkits. I think it's Rapid Fire 3 on Mega Knobs. That's pretty good. And then a strat for during your opponent's shooting phase when enemy units targeted a friendly Orcs infantry unit. That Orc infantry unit can use snap shooting. So Overwatch for 1 CP.
Do we know what snap shooting is now?
We do. I've got the rule right here for you. Because I thought you might ask. Your unit shoots as described in making attacks. While shooting, you can only target one visible enemy unit within 24, only if it's eligible. And each attack only hits on an unmodified hit roll of 6. Completely irrespective. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying you can't re-roll either, no matter what. So
That's right.
Oath of Moment no longer applies.
That's right. No rerolls at all. And this will be what Overwatch follows the rule of. Is snap shooting.
Yes. And you can only do it during movement phase. Overwatch during charge no longer will exist.
Yep. The benefit of it is that snap shooting as a special rule means that if you have a different rule that would let you shoot outside of regular Overwatch time, snap shooting lets you do it then anyway. So like the what's it called, RJ? The Gloctopus.
Oh, you're talking about the destroyer unit?
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
You're
I love
talking
him. Why
about-
can't I think of his name?
Hexmark.
Yeah. The Hexmark will have snap shooting as his ability most likely still. And this stratagem that the Orks have lets them do it during their opponent's shooting phase. And so...
But didn't they make all those abilities worse though, because you can only hit on 6s?
Yes, they are all technically worse unless there are ways around it. Like right now, the Defiler for Thousand Suns hits on 4s. And so I'm curious to see what will happen with its ability. Will it override snap shooting and have instead, when snap shooting, it gets to use a BS of 4 instead of 6? We'll see.
Well, it's got the unit that it's shooting has to be within
24.
9 inches, 9 inches of another Psyker unit, which granted with
Oh,
1,000
yeah.
suns,
Yeah.
they're all Psyker units.
For the Defiler,
but,
yeah. So we'll see if there's ways to play around it or not. Right now, all we have is the snap shooting rule. But if it doesn't change, then it is definitely worse. But you do fire Overwatch at the end of the movement phase, and you can fire Overwatch at stuff that hasn't moved. So that is a cool use of it if you have a lot of shots.
Interesting.
So just not moving no longer saves you.
Right. And moving no longer means you're necessarily going to get overwatched.
Right.
Also, a little quick thing. After shooting with snap shooting, until the end of the phase, for the shooting phase, your unit is not eligible to start an action. So if you have a rule that lets you shoot and then do an action, if you use snap shooting, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. But that's Orks. I think they got some fun detachments to play around with. Next up, we have Tyranids. I want you to know, after seeing this first one, I had a really hard time not jumping out and immediately buying a Neurolictor. Mind Hunger detachment, the Ambush Predators, friendly Death Leaper, Lictor, and Neurolictor units have Deep Strike.
Oh, no.
That's 1 detachment point.
Take that every time.
Friendly Lictor and Neurolictor units attacks that target a character unit can reroll hit rolls of 1.
That's really good, too.
So you can take this along with Subterranean Assault. They confirmed that would be 2 detachment points. So you have Trigons popping up and Raveners popping up out of the ground making tunnels for you to bring other stuff through, and then you're also deep striking Death Leapers or Lictors or Neurolictors.
You know, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's very fun. They also have an enhancement called Encircling Horrors for Neurolictors, Lictors, or Von Ryan's Leapers. In your opponent's movement phase, when an enemy unit ends a move within 8 of this unit can make a normal move of up to D3 plus 3. Which if you get the 3 plus the 3, you're within 2 inches engagement range.
Crazy.
Or you can move away.
You don't have a movement stipulation?
It just makes a normal move.
Yeah, I found out I kind of cheated RJ a little bit.
Uh-oh.
by
Oh, what did
accident.
you do?
The reactive move by Kato or by the Victrix Honor Guard, I have to move closer to the unit, and I sidestepped you.
Yeah, that shot.
Yeah, you shot, so I have to now. I can
It's
still
a surge
move closer, surge move, but I have to move
Closer to the enemy unit that shot it, right?
I think so. Let me double check.
Yeah,
Good
that's
to know.
typically how surge move works.
Mm-hmm.
So I apologize, RJ.
Do you want to know?
But it being Victric Honor Guard, I just kind of thought, maybe they have a special move.
They are Ultramarines.
We are special, as you have discovered.
I found out a really dumb thing, RJ. So the first Ultramarine model that I bought was Farron Arios. He is a Legends character. He's a Black Library special novel character. I like him.
Yeah.
He's an Ultramarine that isn't afraid to sacrifice civilians to get the job done. I like him a lot. He doesn't have the Ultramarines keyword.
He really doesn't?
Oh
No. So I could technically bring him with any of my Space Marine armies.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I might, actually. He's got a really good ability.
well, I still kind of screwed up, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. In your opponent's shooting phase, each time an enemy unit has shot, if any models from that unit were destroyed as a result of those attacks, this unit can make a surge move. To do so, roll 1d6 model in this unit, move a number of inches up to the result. This unit must end that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit.
Okay.
Oh, that's not as bad.
So I actually moved closer to the closest enemy unit, which was the unit hiding behind the building. Because that unit was closer than the one that was shooting at me.
Yeah.
I just moved kind of diagonally backwards as opposed to moving straight backwards. And that's probably where I still went wrong.
Yeah, so RJ, Farron Arios can either give the unit that he's leading, shoot in a turn in which they advanced, charge in a turn in which they advanced, or shoot or declare a charge in a turn in which they fell back.
Yeah.
He also gets to ignore modifiers to ballistic skills weapon rolls, modifiers to hit rolls, and he can lead basically everything. So
Interesting.
And he kept saying, "Why haven't you bought this? You should have gotten this." And
yeah, I
was
don't
like,
understand why you don't have him. He's really
well,
good.
at the time he came out, I was still very much, I just use a Warhammer app. I don't use New Recruit, blah, 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 blah. And then I realized how dumb that was because I was new.
That's fair.
And
also, Legends
yeah.
are going to be in the new 40K app for
yeah,
11th edition.
so, and of course, the store we go to, he can't get it now.
Yeah. He had one.
He had one forever.
Now it's here with me. To tie us back in, there's a strat for this detachment that during the fight phase, when a friendly leaper, lictor, or leaper is selected to fight, that predator gets attacks that target a hidden unit have +1 strength and +1 AP. So it's got bonuses to attack hidden stuff. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love
Speaking of hidden stuff, RJ, I was right. The hidden, the rule that says you're hidden if you're fully within, it is 15 inches.
It's 15.
Not 12. Yep, not 12.
Interesting.
There are ways to play around it.
Well, we were doing some measuring on the board, and we were realizing 15 isn't nearly as far as we initially thought.
Yeah. No, you'll
Which
be
is
able to
why-
see them a lot closer than you think.
Yeah, which is why he was like, it's got to be 12, not 15. So anyway, continue on.
Next up, we have a detachment for if you love giant bugs. It's the Talons of the Norn Queen, which I'm going to play just so I can run my Norn out there and call it a Norn Queen. Friendly Norn Emissary or Norn Assimilator units have the following ability. Once per battle per unit. In your command phase, you can use this ability. If you do, this unit can make a selection for its singular purpose ability, and this replaces the previous. So the Norn has the ability, especially the Emissary, to choose an objective and that objective like super buffs the Norn when it's on that objective. This detachment lets you change that objective. It's really aggravating when your opponent has decided, hey, I'm just going to ignore the Norn and go for the other objectives, and you go, oh, well, okay, yeah, I get that. I understand. That's probably the right call. But with this, you change the objective and you attack them with your Norn.
Fair.
Also, an enhancement for the Norn Emissary that makes their range attacks have anti-character 2 up.
An enhancement?
Yeah.
Wow.
Norns are very expensive points-wise, though. Any phase, a strat here, when a friendly Norn Assimilator unit suffers a mortal wound, that Norn Assimilator unit has a 4-up Feel No Pain against mortal wounds now.
Well, there's a special.
My favorite thing about that strat is it doesn't say when it ends.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it doesn't say until end of phase. That unit just now has a 4-up Field Pain against mortal wounds. Just here you go. It's yours now. I need to get a Norn Assimilator. I only have the Norn Emissary. And then, lastly, for Tyranids, we have a Tyranid Warrior detachment that looks really fun. It is the reworked Warrior of Bioform Onslaught. Now, friendly Tyranid Warriors with ranged bioweapons or melee bioweapons have the Tyranid Warriors keyword and the Battle Line keyword. So that's what was already in there before. They had the Battle Line keyword, but now they also have the Tyranid Warriors keyword. May not seem like it matters. It really does for strats and things like that. Because it all broke when they split the unit into 2 different data sheets. But also, Tyranid Warriors, the Tyranid Prime with Lash Whip, and the Wing Tyranid Prime have 5-up invulns.
Wow.
That's fun.
Yeah. Battle Line means you can run 5, 6 units
6.
of
As of
Tyranid
now,
Warriors.
6.
Six.
That's pretty great.
I agree with what RJ said.
Yes, please continue that canticle to the Omnisaya, my friend.
I'm just assuming he says how bad that is for all of us.
How wonderful that is for all. I only have 2 units right now, so I need to get 4 more. Wing Tyranid Primes and Tyranid Primes with Lash Whip can use an enhancement that gives them reroll wounds and +1 AP for their melee attacks.
That's neat.
Yeah. And then their Alien Physiology strat, during your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase, when an enemy unit targets a friendly Tyranid Warriors unit, that Tyranid Warriors unit attacks that target them with a strength greater than their toughness have -1 to wound. So, makes them tough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Give them that Imperial Fist rule. These are all fun. I'm really excited to play all of them.
You know, you really need to retire so you can play as much Warhammer as you need
I
to.
know, right?
Gosh.
Next up, we have the Tau. The Tau have some fun stuff. I don't know if it'll be enough, but some of it's really good. We start off with Advanced Acquisition Cadre. In your shooting phase, when a friendly Pathfinder team or Stealth Battleshoot team is selected to shoot, those ranged attacks do not prevent your unit from being hidden.
That's not good.
For a 1 detachment point detachment, you're already running Pathfinders, you're already running Stealth Suits. That's pretty solid. An enhancement that is incredible. For Ghost Keel battlesuits, for Pathfinder teams, or for Stealth battlesuits, when this unit is selected to shoot, you can select one enemy unit within 24 of this unit. That enemy unit has a +9 detection range, which, if you've done your math, makes it where it's 24 inches away. You can still detect it.
So basically, the only way it's really safe is if you have it in reserve.
Yeah, or fully behind terrain where you can't see it. But speaking of that, Auto-reactive camouflage is a strat. Your opponent's shooting phase when an enemy unit targets a friendly Pathfinder or Stealth Suit team. If that unit is hidden, it gets +1 to their save. So that'll be on top to the cover save. Because it is not, the cover save is no longer a save, right? It's ballistic skill down. So this will go with that. Will make them pretty hard to kill. Yeah, that puts stealth battle suits at 2-up saves, by the way.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, when you want to play around the hidden stuff and you're taking stealth battle suits to try and marker light stuff so you can see stuff and shoot them, it'll be nice. Also, marker lights are going to be crazy.
That's just for their shooting, right? Or do they get a 2-up save? Okay.
Marker lights will let you ignore cover now, effectively, because they'll give you +1 ballistic skill. So, that'll be nice. Next up, we have the reworked. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Didn't they give you a +1 anyways?
Yes. So,
11?
Yeah. So now it's going to be even better.
Interesting.
Tau might actually, be playable. They've reworked the auxiliary cadre, and I really like what they've changed it to. It was kind of a not great detachment before, but now it's only 1 detachment point, too. Friendly Kroot and Vespids have the following ability. In your shooting phase, this unit can select 1 visible enemy unit within 12. That enemy unit is prey marked. While it is prey marked, it has +3 detection range. So you run your Kroot hounds up. You prey mark them so you can shoot them with your battle suits.
You can't, and this is a detachment?
Yes.
Okay. So in theory, if you ran 3 1-point detachments, could they stack with that one that could see it
Yeah, I mean, you'd be playing around with all those hidden mechanics, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I also remember in 1,000-point games, you can only take 2 detachment points, so it might actually be better to take 2 1-point detachments in 1,000-point games.
Yeah, I noticed that you can't. So anything that's 3 points, you cannot run in a 1,000-point game.
Yeah.
So goodbye, Gladius Task Force.
Yep. But that's not all this detachment can do.
Oh, really?
Because friendly Ghost Keel battlesuits or stealth battlesuits have the following ability. When a friendly Kroot or Vespid Stingwings unit is within 6 of this unit has shot, those attacks do not prevent that unit from being hit. So, if you have a stealth battlesuit unit or a Ghost Keel close to Kroot that have prey marked something for you, and then the Kroot shoot, the Ghost Keel's stealth aura or the stealth battlesuit stealth aura makes it where they can still be hidden as well. That's super fun. But it has the auxiliaries tag, so it can't be taken with other auxiliaries, which means it's probably going to, block out the other auxiliary detachment that we already have.
Right.
But still, that's awesome. That's so much fun to play around with. There's an enhancement for it. Student of Kalyan, the Kroot Shaper. In the declared battle formations, you can select up to 3 friendly Kroot Carnivore or Farstalker units. They have Deep Strike now.
Wow.
So you Deep Strike them in, you Deep Strike your Ghost Keel, you Deep Strike your Stealth Battlesuits, and you make it where all the stuff that's the big stuff that's back in your deployment zone can all see them now and shoot.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Will do.
Tau's back. Guided by Unity is the strat during your shooting phase. When a friendly Tau Empire unit, excluding Kroot or Vespids, is selected to shoot, your unit's ranged attacks that target a unit within 9 of a friendly Kroot or Vespid Stingwings unit have lethal hits. So that's going to be a great detachment. I'm surprised if it wouldn't be moved up to 2 detachment points. Might still be worth it at 2.
We're going to be like the comedy podcast between RJ the AdMech you and your sneezing, and me randomly disappearing.
Bless me, Nurgle. And finally, we have the experimental prototype cadre. But I will say already, I am excited for Tau in 11th. Just with the two we've already looked at, and that's before the Codex comes out. The last one we have here is the experimental prototype cadre. This detachment was broken after the Codex came out. The crisis suits were buffed, and so one of the enhancements in this detachment just didn't work anymore because it gave them the ability they already got after the buff. And GW just did nothing about it. So this detachment's been dead in the water. But friendly battlesuit character units, ranged attacks, have +6 range. So this will just be for the character units. So you got to have your crisis suit team led by an enforcer or a cold star. But it does have the retaliation tag, and it can't be taken with another retaliation detachment, and that will definitely include retaliation cadre. So you can't take this with Retcad, which is probably for the best, but it's also a shame.
Yeah.
The Supernova launcher is one of the enhancements in here, and this is a cool thing we're going to see. We're going to see it when we look at the AdMech one too. That some of these enhancements are new weapons. The Supernova... Oh, go ahead, RJ. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said I'll take it. New weapons are always fun.
Yeah, it's a cool way to do it.
That's what they need.
The Supernova launcher is for battlesuit models only, which means you could take it on a crisis unit as well. It doesn't have to be on a character. In the declare formation step, select one of this model's air-bursting fragmentation projector weapons. It now has +3 strength, +1 AP, and +1 damage. We don't know what all the other enhancements are for this yet, but I hope they are all just weapon upgrades. And then finally, they have a strat that's in your shooting phase. When a friendly battlesuit character unit is selected to shoot, their ranged attacks have +1 strength or +1 strength, +1 AP, and hazardous. So, very, very fun. Very, very fun. I'm excited. Next up, we have... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Which detachment are you? Which 11th edition unit are you not excited for? We can get to that when we get done.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Next up, we have the Dark Eldar, the Drukhari. This one's an interesting setup here. Basically, they went, hey, what if we picked each of the 3 factions within the Drukhari and do a detachment for each one of them? But you could take all 3 of these and have a very varied army. But our first one is the Witch Cults. It is Exhibition of Slaughter. Friendly Witch Cult units, melee attacks have lethal hits, but non-monster / vehicle. So this is a new rule. We had not seen that before this. Instead of having lethal hits, but it cannot target monsters or vehicles with it, it is non-monster vehicle. That's a much easier way to spell that out in my mind. It makes sense. Nobody's going to get confused by it. It is lethal hits, non-monster vehicle.
Right.
So lethal hits against infantry, beast, swarm, anything that's not a monster or a vehicle. Which, lethal hits for all your Witch Cult units is pretty solid. But it does have the Witch Cult tag, so it can't be taken with other Witch Cults. The enhancement is for Succubi. Enemy units cannot target this unit with snap shooting. No Overwatch for you. And during the fight phase, when a friendly Witch Cult unit selected to fight, that Witch Cult unit, their melee attacks have lethal hits. Now you may say, but they already had lethal hits. Yeah, this lets them have them against stuff they didn't have them against before, so monsters and vehicles.
Oh.
Also, if you could turn down the news, sir.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, the gain on your mic's really high right now. I can hear about everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything.
I don't know why it got so much louder either. It was quieter.
I literally heard you hit your paintbrush on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it
You're
happens.
good. I sounded like a admech for a little while there, so
That's true.
and
You're much
probably
clearer now.
still will every once in a while. I don't know what was going on. My computer got turned off and then turned back on, and I hadn't been back since it got turned back on. It had just been sitting on whatever it loaded in on,
I got you.
and I think it just needed a little bit of time to get settled.
That'll
Yeah,
do
because
it.
you're fine. You're fine now.
Yeah. Our next attachment is the Kabbalite Agonists. This is my favorite set of the 3 Drukhari subfactions. The Kabbalites, the Cabals. The Cabals have friendly Blades for Hire or Cabal units. Range attacks have sustained hits 1 non-monster vehicle. And it has the Cabal tag. Now, the Blades for Hire keyword is special in that will include allied units. I don't know yet if that will include Harlequins. I'm hoping it does. Because sustained hits 1 on the Death Jester would be incredible. But specifically doing Blades for Hire there means there's a lot more options for things that could be brought. Then they have Towering Arrogance enhancement. This one's maybe the most boring enhancement we've seen tonight. For an Archon, it has +1 leadership and +1 OC. Sure, that's useful. It makes sense for the Archon. It's just kind of boring. And then for 1 CP in your shooting phase, when a friendly Blades for Hire Cabal unit shot, those attacks do not prevent your unit from being hidden. So,
Does that +1 leadership, +1 OC, does that give it to the entire unit or just the leader?
So the unit has it.
Okay.
It specifically says it's for the model, but this unit has +1 leadership and +1 OC.
I know it is boring compared to everything else, but I just want to point out that the way the terrain design is coming out, they have it to basically where, like, the center objective now can be really, really large.
Yeah.
And your unit can be on the objective at one end of the terrain feature, and the enemy unit can be on the opposite side, not be in engagement range, and have more models on the unit, and therefore you won't control it.
Yeah. Oh, it will matter.
Yeah. So I think those things are going to be more important than and I get it, because right now we see something like that, we're like, yeah, big deal.
Yeah.
I think going forward, it's going to matter more when it comes to controlling unit pieces.
Probably. I also wanted to mention the Shadows Reach strat for shooting doesn't make it where you're no longer hidden. For Scourges with Dark Lances, that's going to be really fun. 36 inch away shot, and then they're still hidden.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have the Homunculus Covens, which are very fun. They're great. Hopefully we get Grotesques back soon. I miss them. They got sent to Legends in 11th with no technical new infantry units being brought, or in 10th with no technical new infantry units being brought in, just a new character. But attacks that target friendly Kronos Talos units with a strength greater than their toughness have -1 to wound. And that's cool, but it's got nothing for Rax or Grotesques or any other homunculus units. The other two buff the entire section, and this one only buffs Kronos and Taloses. It's, that kind of sucks. Would it have been that bad to say, hey, your Rax also have, if an attack is strength greater than their toughness, -1 to wound?
I think I may have answered the question of which detachment, which army you're least excited about.
Yeah, I don't think Rax are good enough. Like, Drukhari's not a good army right now, and Rax aren't good enough to not also get this bonus. I don't understand. But anyway, an enhancement makes it where Kronos and Taloses have a 5-up invuln. That's cool. Kronos and Talos are really good. If you're running Drukhari, you're running at least one of each, maybe two of each. They're cool models. I'm trying. Salting the Wound.
They got awesome names.
Yeah.
I'm just like you looking for something to be excited about. They got cool models and awesome names.
I just really love the Homunculus Covens too, and the fact that they got nothing basically here when the other two got whole faction wide buffs. Kind of a shame. But in the fight phase, when a friendly Kronos or Talos is selected to fight, you can give them dev wounds if the enemy's battle shocked. You know.
Yeah, that's well, and battle shock's going to be actually matter a little bit.
Yeah. So there's lots of ways in Drukhari to give battle shock. So, dev wounds that's solid. But I do think this is my least favorite set of detachments by far so far.
Yes, absolutely.
But I will play the Cabalite Agonists with Real Space Raiders if Raiders is 2 detachment points. Otherwise, I'll probably still just play Raiders. Next up is Genestealer Cults.
Oh, that's second-rate army.
I am so happy with these. I want you to know before we get started. Heroes of the Uprising. Friendly Kellermorph, Locust, Reductus Saboteur, or Sanctus models have the killer keyword. Friendly killer models attacks can reroll hits of 1 and reroll wound rolls of 1. Brian.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you remember how my Reductus Saboteur wiped an entire unit of Blade Guard?
Yes.
That was before she can reroll hits of 1 and wounds of 1.
Yeah, I know.
I have a Kit Bash Locust and a Kit Bash Sanctus that I need to get painted up. And then I love my Kellermorph. So this is an attachment I'm excited to play. Also, the Locust and the Sanctus, this model's attacks have +1 damage with the enhancement. +1 damage on the sniper? Heck yeah. And then during your shooting phase or the fight phase, when a friendly killer unit's attacked, if those attacks destroyed an enemy unit or an enemy character model, that killer unit lets each visible friendly Battle Shock Genestealer Cult within 12 of them no longer be Battle Shocked. Because they're so inspired by their hero jumping up and killing an enemy. Then we have the Pure Strain Brood Swarm. I think both of you have been terrified of Pure Strain Genestealers after our good friend showed you what they can do. What if they have Uppy Downy?
I mean, they're still going to die. They just may die a little slower.
Yep.
That's all I have to say.
Also, they will have the Pure Strain detachment tag. I'm really hoping Muscle Beach doesn't have the Pure Strain tag because it'd be really fun to run this in Muscle Beach with a bunch of Pure Strains, then Uppy Downy. Also, the Mark of the Star Children for a Pure Strain Genestealer unit, +1 toughness, a 4-up invuln save, and +1 strength to all their melee attacks.
Silly.
They will die even slower. And then, maybe my favorite part, the Crawling Horror strat. The start of your opponent's movement phase, one friendly Pure Strain Genestealers unit has -6 detection range until the end of the turn. Because they're sinking into the shadows. You can't see them. Then finally, we have the Xenocult Masses. This one is really fun as well. In your command phase, if a friendly Neophyte Hybrids unit is within a terrain area, that unit heals 3 wounds. This has the host attachment tag. It can't be taken with other hosts, so that'll include, the host detachment. But in 11th, it is no longer heal wounds as in like one individual model and that's it, or like if the model's not dead. Now it is you're healing the unit from its maximum wounds. So that means that you can bring back 3 neophyte hybrids with this.
Oh, that's nice.
Also,
Says
units,
the Necron guy.
well, I was about to give him the better news. Units no longer separate from characters when the bodyguards die. So Necrons, as long as the character is still alive, can reanimate the unit.
Hey.
And
Uncle
technically,
Brian loved to hear that.
a neophyte hybrid's unit includes the characters that are in it. So if you have, say, a Sanctus leading a squad of neophyte hybrids, or let's go even better. Let's go a Primus. That Primus scutters back into a terrain piece and heals 3 neophyte hybrids in the command phase. It's
I have a
so fun.
I have a mini rules question based on everything you've said.
Okay.
Now the commander, since it's part of the unit now, can bring stuff back, but they also have to take battle shock now.
Yes, that is the downside, is they no longer separate, so they will have to battle shock the entire time they are alone.
So if they're battle shocked, they don't get to do these things?
No, this is not a strat or anything. This is just a detachment ability.
Oh, okay. But anything that would be a strat,
A stratagem they would not be able to do, yes.
they wouldn't be able to do.
So, like, for instance, RJ wouldn't be able to use reanimation protocols, the strat, but unless his ability on the Overlord says he can't use it when battle shocked, he would still be able to use the Orb of Resurrection.
Yeah, but I can still use the orb.
Yeah. And even if he was battle shocked, if he's within range of the reanimator, he would still get to use the reanimator's bonus. There's an enhancement here that makes it where neophyte hybrids have -3 detection range because they have devious disguises. And then the strat is during your opponent's shooting phase, when the enemy unit targets a neophyte hybrids unit with every model within a terrain feature, that neophyte hybrids unit, range attacks that target them have -1 AP.
So they're making Genestealers harder to kill.
Yeah. It makes sense with it being a bit like a lot more terrain. It makes sense that they'd be sneaking around.
And they get to come back all the time.
Yeah. I need to play my Genestealers against you again.
Genestealers are fun to play
They are.
and play against.
Yeah. Eldar next. Talking about an army that's not fun to play against. It's very fun to play, though.
Yeah, give me a reason to paint my Eldar.
We start with the Armored War Host, which is a reworked Grotsman's detachment. Friendly Eldar vehicle units' ranged attacks have Assault. So just Assault for the vehicles. Pretty good, especially for fire prisms. But an Eldar Psyker model only for the enhancement. While this model is within 3 inches of a friendly Eldar vehicle, this model has Lone Op. So you can take any Psyker, put it next to a vehicle, it gets Lone Operative. In your movement phase, at the start or end of this unit's move, you can select one friendly Eldar vehicle model within 3 of it. That model heals D3 wounds. So it gives it the Warpsmith or the Tech Marine ability.
That's cool.
Or the Tech Priest that RJ and I have that heals vehicles as well. The Engine Seer.
Engine Seer.
Yeah. So that is something that Eldar has not have access to before, basically. So that's really nifty that for 1 detachment point, you could, if you're running a lot of vehicles, you can do that. No, notice, it doesn't say tanks. So this includes your bikes.
Are there leaders that are Psychers?
Yes.
On
Many
bikes?
of them. Karseth, Eldred Uthran, the Spirit Seer. There's quite a few. On bike, yeah, there's the Skyrunner, the Farseer Skyrunner, and there's one other one. I'm forgetting his name. But yeah, there are options to play this really easily.
Cool.
And then the strat is vectored engines. During your movement phase, when a friendly Eldar vehicle unit makes a fallback move, an Eldar vehicle unit does not prevent you from being able to shoot. So fall back and shoot for 1 CP.
Oh, cool.
Then we have a Harlequins detachment. They did something weird with Eldar, where they did 2 for regular Eldar and 2 for Harlequins, and 0 for Ynnari and 0 for Corsairs, instead of doing 1 for each of the 4. Why? Games Workshop. I play Ynnari and Corsairs. Anyway. Harlequins, when a friendly Harlequins unit is making a charge move, that unit can move through enemy models. But it does have the acrobatic tag, so you can't take it with the other one. Most Harlequin units can fly. So not only can you move through enemy models, but you can fly over terrain as well. That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
The Foot in the Future enhancement makes it where your Troop Master, the unit can reroll charge rolls. So you can move through enemy units over terrain, or through terrain, because of how fly works, and reroll charge rolls. That's pretty good. And then Deceptive... What's that? Sorry?
I kind of wish I got that Harlequin combat patrol.
Yeah, Harlequins are pretty cool. Then during your opponent's movement phase, when an enemy unit ends a move with an 8 of a friendly Harlequin's infantry unit that is not engaged, they can make a normal move of up to D3 plus 3. So it is a feint move. It is not a surge move. They can move whichever way they want. Move in, move away. It's a pretty solid detachment for Harlequins. Then we get an Eldar detachment I might actually play, because I use a lot of these in my Ynnari and in my Corsairs. And that is the Ranger detachment. It is Path of the Outcast. So this is when a friendly Ranger or Shroud Runner unit is selected to shoot, enemy units have +6 detection range until that friendly unit is shot. So it won't affect everybody else, unfortunately, because it's only until they finish shooting. But Rangers and Shroud Runners can shoot people from extra 6 inches away. And then the enhancement makes it where they can go back to being hidden afterwards, which is cool. You know? There is a stratagem that makes it where after a Rangers or Shroud Runner unit is shot, you can select an enemy unit hit by those attacks, and it just gives them +6 detection range for the rest of the army. I could see myself bringing this with a 2-point detachment in a 2,000-point game with my Corsairs, but otherwise I probably won't bring this.
Just as an FYI, Aspect Host is a 3-point detachment.
Oh, well. That's right, yeah.
Because that was one of the games that was played by that Warhammer did last Monday, and it had the rematch of the Admech guy versus the Eldari guy, and I don't know their names.
Very unfortunate.
One's got initials, but the Aspect Host is a 3 detachment, and the Abductus Mechanicus, the Skari Hunter cohort had 2, and the Lords of the Forge had 1. RJ, just in case you're listening.
Skitarii Hunter cohort being 2 is great for Admech.
Yeah.
Aspect Host being 3 is not, unless it saw some buffs for Eldar, because it's not a great detachment already. I mean, it's the best detachment we have, but it's not a great detachment. And it being 3 means we can't take any of the fun stuff with it. I was really hoping to be able to mix Aspect Warriors with Corsairs. Oh well.
Sorry.
No, it is what it is. I'm really hoping GW takes a look at some of these after the first couple months and sees, hey, maybe this one's too much at 3. You know, because they can adjust them, bring it down. If it's too much, bring it back up.
Gladius Task Force.
No, that one needs to stay at 3. Then lastly, we have another Harlequins detachment here. This one is the Twilight Flickers. It has Dance of Distortion. Friendly Harlequin units have stealth. You know? You can't take this with the other one, which is probably for the best. But just all your Harlequins have stealth. That's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Then the enhancement lets you give a Harlequin model. That unit in that model is in will have Scout 6. And then for 1 CP, you can objective secured. You stick you the objective. If a troop unit's on it. So I'm sad. Let's move on. Votann are next. We have some weird detachments. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what they were thinking here exactly, but, it's fine. This is not what Votann needed, in my opinion.
I'm sure our shop Votann player will maximize all of them to make our lives incredibly difficult.
Yeah. The Armored Trailblazers. Friendly Sagittar units have a Scout 6. Do you know why I'm upset about this?
Why are you upset about it?
Because before the 10th edition Codex for Votann, Sagittars had Scout 6. And then the Codex came out and they took it away. And now they've added it to a detachment and made a whole detachment around giving back Scout 6 to the Sagittars.
Well, did giving it its natural ability make it an unfair unit?
No, it's still not. It's not going to change anything. The enhancement lets you give Sagittar units mobile. Mobile is a new keyword. It makes it where infantry, beast, swarm, and mobile units can move horizontally through dense terrain. So that's cool. It can move through terrain with this. Then finally, you can into your opponent's movement phase from the second battle round onward, up to 2 friendly Sagittar units in strategic reserves can make an ingress move. You can bring 2 Sagittars in with 5 Chthonian Berserks in them. It's definitely going to matter. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. Those Berserks aren't going to change anything. You should have had them on the board already because they can already deep strike. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think that is exactly what our resident Votann player did against me the last time we played, and I shot the Sagittar off the board before it even moved.
Yeah.
So
that scout move probably not going to change anything.
You're just a mean Admech player, RJ.
Look, if you leave it in a open lane and I can see it with my tank and it is a vehicle, it's probably dying.
That's fair.
Unless you happen to roll double 6s on saves.
That's also fair. So this next one's not terrible. This is the Farseeker detachment. This one buffs Hernkin units. So that'll be Hernkin Jaegers, Hernkin Pioneers. It's not terrible, right? There's play around it. Because friendly Hernkin unit range attacks that target a unit within 12 have +1 to hit. That's not bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hernkin Warriors, Hernkin Jaegers, Hernkin Pioneers. So it buffs 3 units.
I feel like there's a butt coming.
The enhancement that we see, there could be more enhancements, but the one that we see is only good for Hernkin Pioneers, the bikes. In your shooting phase, you can select 1 visible enemy unit within 12. That enemy unit is spotted. While it is spotted, it has +3 detection range. For 1 detachment point, +1 to hit stuff within 12. You take this enhancement for your 1 unit of Pioneers, because nobody wants to build more than 1 unit of Pioneers. And then you +3 detection range. It's not bad. And then at the start of your shooting phase, 1 friendly Hernkin unit can select 1 visible enemy unit within 12. Friendly Votann units attacks that target that unit have ignores covered. That's a great stratagem. I think Votann needed a little bit more, but for 1 detachment point, you take this, you take the call detachment, and you call it good. Then finally, we have the Hearthguard detachment. This is a character-based detachment. It's okay. It's not terrible, actually. I'm just still mad about the Sagittar detachment. This one is the Hearthguard Covenant. Friendly call, Einhir Champion, Einhir Hearthguard, and Uthar the Destined Units' ranged attacks that target a unit within 9 can reroll wound rolls of 1. That's fine.
Don't they have that already? I mean,
Yeah, basically.
our every time I'm within range of something, he gets to reroll so many rolls against me.
Also, it's within 9, so I mean, you're basically like you got to be in melee. It also has the Hearthguard tag, so you can't take this and the other Hearthguard detachment.
He can reroll things against you if you're setting on an objective. That's
Yeah.
his whole deal. Is if he's on you're on an objective or he's on an objective, he gets bonuses.
Yep.
Okay.
The enhancement here is just for a call. In the fight phase, when this model's destroyed, on a 4-up, it is not destroyed until after it gets to swing. So it's fight on death for a call. Not terrible. Again, I don't think melee is where Votann is really shining right now, unless you're using Steeljacks, and this doesn't buff Steeljacks. But the strat's not terrible. In your shooting phase, when a friendly Einhir Hearthguard unit selected to shoot, that unit's range attacks have +1 strength, and if you spend a yield point, sustain hits 1. Now again, you're only getting the reroll wound rolls of 1. I'm sorry, it's only on ranged attacks. I didn't realize that. I read it and didn't realize. It's only on ranged attacks and only within 9. So you're almost never going to use it.
Yeah.
But if they're within 9 of an Einhir Hearthguard, +1 strength, sustain hits 1 with reroll 1s to wound, that's something.
Again, it kind of sounds like you're looking for things to make this sound better.
I'm doing my best, man. GW just decided to send some of these factions out to die with these faction focuses. But I have good news. With our last Xenos, and it's all of our favorites, it's the Necrons.
Oh,
Hey.
The question now is the Necrons going to be a good one, or is it going to be more of what we've had for the last few? We
how
start
about
with...
taking away the reanimator stuff.
That definitely is
makes
not
sense.
something a detachment will do.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
The Hand of the Dynasty, also known, and RJ, you might remember when people called it this, the Silver Tide.
Oh.
Friendly Immortals and Necron Warriors have assault. This does have the Dynasty tag, but when friendly Immortals or Necron Warriors are selected to make an advance move, that move does not prevent them from being able to start an action. So you have assault on their ranged weapons, and you can advance an action.
Why don't we just get them involved 2 up?
You're just moving up the board, that's all. No need to be salty, Brian. They're just moving closer.
Mm-hmm.
Their enhancement lets Immortals units have Rapid Fire 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then their strat, during your opponent's shooting phase, when an enemy unit targets a friendly Immortal or Necron Warrior unit, your unit shoots with Snap Shooting. But you can only target that unit. So, you shot the Immortals or the Necron Warriors? Well, about that. Because you do it when they target it, not after they finish shooting.
So can each unit do that?
It's a stratagem, so you can only use it once per phase.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible.
But that means I get an Overwatch, basically.
You
Yay.
do. One thing that I just definitely noticed that I got wrong just a second ago when I said it, it's after that unit has shot your Immortals or Necron unit, so you might have less dudes in it for the free Overwatch, but you are still getting a free Overwatch.
It'll take it.
Especially
if there's 20 Necron Warriors.
Yeah. Oh no, you lost 4. 16.
Never playing RJ again.
Man acts like he doesn't have things that are probably just as good.
Yeah.
I'm Space Marines. Of course I don't.
By which he means, of course he does. Next up is the Sky Shroud Spearhead. Unfortunately, RJ, this one won't affect either one of us probably. Unless you have surprised me and got more models I didn't know about. This one is for friendly Tomb Blades. They have Deep Strike.
Oh. I
Well-
wanted Tomb Blades.
Yeah, me too. When a friendly Tomb Blades unit selected to shoot, if that unit made an ingress move this turn, that unit's range attacks have +1 to hit. I think the second hand place that we talk about has some. I may be able to look online and see.
That's a road trip still we're supposed to have.
Yeah, we still got to do that.
I
RJ,
would like to
Go
have
ahead.
a little more money before we do that road trip.
that's fair.
What?
You're
What'd you
gonna
say?
want. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't hear what RJ said.
He said he wants some more money before he goes on that trip.
Well, get a job, you hippie.
Hip.
Hey, look, I'm not cutting down telephone poles and smoking weed. Okay, it'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Speaking of it'll be okay. This will hurt Brian. RJ, you're gonna want to run this attachment anyway, though, even though you don't have any Tomb Blades, and neither do I. Because the enhancement for Destroyer Cult mounted units gives their ranged attacks assault.
I will take it.
Locust destroyers, Locust heavy destroyers with assault. Also, in your opponent's shooting phase, when they target a friendly Necrons mounted unit, ranged attacks that target a unit with a strength greater than your toughness have -1 to wound. And then finally, this one's going to make you very sad.
Like I said, I'm going to say just give him 2 up involves.
This one's
Anyway,
going to make
continue.
both of us very sad because it's stupid that they did this to us. But the final one, the Pharaon's Armory. Friendly Necrons Titanic Fly units have +6 move. This has the Hypercrypt tag. So that's the Monolith, the Obelisk, and the Tesseract Vault, which are all 3 different builds of the Monolith.
And they're all like $200 a piece.
The enhancement is for any Necron model. When this unit's selected to shoot, if it was set up using a Monolith's Eternity Gate ability, it has lethal hits or sustain hits.
Well, you guys, save that money and start buying and painting. That's what GW wants there.
We're just going to get RJ to print one, but it'll have to be printed in pieces.
Yep, I agree. I'll print it in 2 pieces. I think it can handle that, and we'll just glue it together.
Yeah, that'll work. The stratagem here is your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase. This one almost reads like, who cares? Go buy a Monolith. When an enemy unit targets a friendly Necron's Titanic fly unit, sorry. Attacks that target unit have -1 AP. I hate that they did this. But that's our Xenos.
Boo.
All we have left for the faction focuses now are Thousand Suns, Grey Knights, Emperor's Children, Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights, and AdMag.
I still think when we do the Crusade, which I will love when we start doing the Crusade because we can bring stories from the Crusade into this. And talk about stories from the Crusade into this and how things ran. And maybe like me and you could talk about how this was supposed to go this way, but then we realized that we had to balance it or something didn't go right, so we had to change some stuff. And then Brian will be sitting over there going, wait, that's not how that was supposed to work. That felt regular, or no, I could see you were fumbling and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be cool. But I'm still waiting for the Crusade battle where everybody's going into the combat patrol, the boarding patrol stuff.
Yeah.
And there's just this lone Castellan walking the halls with his Top Gun ripped off.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't care who's in front of me, friend or foe, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I've been beat up too much. I'm just shooting whatever's in front of me. If I see movement, it's dying. But see, Brian, it won't be that bad. It won't have the feel no pains because there won't be a cybernetic data smith with it.
Yeah.
It's missing a gun, so it's missing about half, or it's missing technically a third of its shots. And we could even, if we wanted to, knock a couple wounds off of it because we'll just say that it's already damaged.
Yeah.
And so I think it would make it a fun encounter, but like a not so hard encounter that it's going to kill a bunch of people in your unit
Yeah, I
before
agree.
you shoot it. So
All right.
maybe
Also,
knock the toughness down on it a little bit instead of killing the wounds where it actually
Yeah,
hit,
that would work, that would work.
Be a real
It's taking some
D&D-esque part of it.
we do have
I
another
do.
opportunity here tonight, RJ. That's
What is
Brian played his first non-Space Marine army, technically.
Oh, that's right.
Codex Space Marine. Brian, what did you think it was like playing something that wasn't Codex Space Marines?
Well, even though Thousand Suns have more involves, obviously, I was playing against Space Marines. I was playing against Salamanders, against somebody who was learning. And I didn't like the fact that, because whenever I play Space Marines, especially against RJ, I have like 8 maybe total units, and RJ always has like 230. And
Those numbers don't seem right.
I don't know. I can't remember. It just seems like it.
I typically have about 3 to 4 more units than he does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like in Necrons, he has more units and they keep coming back.
That's fair. That's what Necrons do, yes.
Yes. And with Thousand Suns, we played a 1,000-point game-ish. And I only have, because unlike Trey, I really like to have my models painted.
Wow.
Damn.
I painted a Word Bearer, a Alpha Legion Contemptor Dreadnought. I painted Inquisitor Croyle. I painted
how many points
Master of
do you have
Execution Night Lords.
How many points do you have of each one of those units? It's each one of those armies.
Of each one of those armies? Oh, Brian,
Yeah.
you don't want to start this question.
Well, how many Word Bearers do you have painted?
Painted?
Yeah.
2.
Uh-huh. And how many Imperial Agents painted?
1.
Uh-huh. Okay. Again, I could field 12,000 points of Space Marines if I put them all together.
Yeah.
I only have 5,000 or so painted
That's
of
fair.
Ultramarines.
That's fair.
Anyway, I'm not dissing anybody who plays.
This man tells me, I'm so glad you're painting again, and then immediately cuts me down.
No, I'm not trying to bag on people who like the leader of this triumvirate of podcasters. He likes putting them together. He likes putting them together and then playing and then painting.
Yeah.
We talked about this in one of our early podcasts.
That is correct.
And I like to paint and then play and then put together, because most of the times I haven't figured out how to put the damn things together. And whenever I'm putting together a model for the first time, I usually jack it up so bad that it probably deserves to be in the trash. But anyway, I had, for 860 points, a 5-man Scarab Occult Terminator squad, a 10-man Rubik Marine squad, 10 painted-ish Zangors, a Demon Prince, a Rhino, an Infernal Master, a Zangor Shaman on disc, and a Scarab Occult Terminator. That was my 860 points.
Okay.
I took 3 enhancements that I ended up playing incorrectly one of them, the 30-point, because I took the Rubikai
Phalanx,
because two of my 3 infantry units were Rubikai. And so I used the 30-point detachment, which then I played incorrectly. The 30-point enhancement, which I played incorrectly. I had put my Rubik Marines inside a Rhino, and I had given the Rubik Marines infiltrate, so I thought that meant I could infiltrate them with the Rhino, which was incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did another enhancement that I forgot to use when my Scarab Occult Terminators were getting shot off the board turn 1. And everything kind of fell apart. So I need to play it more again.
Also, just real quick for our listeners, the reason that interaction doesn't work when Scout does let you move the Rhino is because Scout requires everything in the unit to have Scout, and then transports can make use of it. Infiltrators does not have that clause. It requires every model in the unit to have infiltrators, and doesn't have a dedicated transport ruling section on it, so it doesn't count towards the extra moves that dedicated transports get. So you can't just infiltrate a rhino from the skies in behind enemy terrain.
You're right. Which again, it ended up hurting me because I was hiding in the middle objective that terrain, because basically used the same terrain that RJ had played when he was playing against our dwarf,
Or a
our
Votann
Votann,
player.
our
Yeah,
Votann
it was
player.
just shifted to be Dawn of War instead of corner to corner.
Right. And we just kept everything the same. And you know how we basically decided that you couldn't shoot into it if
You couldn't shoot into ruins.
yeah. I neglected to tell him that that's kind of how we treated that. And he moved all of his Infernus Marines and everything up in the world to shoot my Scarab Cult Terminators turn 1.
I just want to clarify that we have been ahead of the curve for a lot of the 11th edition changes. I just want to mention before we cover those next week that we have been playing Ruins the way they will be played in 11th. We have been playing Battle Shock because of the mission packs the way that it will be played in 11th. We have been playing quite a bit of it actually the way that it will be played at 11th, and I'm just kind of impressed that GW's been paying attention to our games. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree because, you know, of course, everything just hurts me, but that's fine. Now that you play Space Marines, it'll hurt you too, sir. When you
I've
start
been playing
Ultramarines.
Space Marines. What do you mean?
When you play Ultramarines.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I already have like 3 Codex compliant armies.
But long story short, didn't really get to do too much. By the end of his turn 2, I had 3 Rubric Marines, a Demon Prince, and 10 Zangors. That was it.
Yeah.
So, and he still had a full Blade Guard squad, a full Infernus Marine squad with some damn leader of the Salamanders.
Probably
And-
Adrax Agaton.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nasty when he pops in with that stratagem and then it gives
Yeah.
him all the buffs and stuff. Man, he just
Yeah.
eats something.
You are
Yeah.
so right, Brother Tech Priest.
And I was so frustrated with how I decided to let the game go that I forgot to Overwatch with my Rubric Marines. And the Rubric Marines I painted, even though I know you can take them as whatever you want, I put 8 flamers and the cannon.
Yeah.
So I should have been over to Overwatch and pretty much killed off the rest of his company heroes.
Right.
But I didn't, and he charged in, and basically his whatever other named commander, which goes with either Blade Guard or company heroes, between that and the 2 company heroes he had left that I had shot off the board earlier, wiped out 8 of, or all but 3 of my Infernus Marines. Not Infernus Marines, sorry, I call them that. My Rubric Marines. So
Yeah.
at any rate, but when I got done playing, I decided that I'm going to delay painting my Battle Sisters and keep painting more Thousand Suns to get to a
understand.
2,000 point army. So I don't know if that answers the question,
I think
but
so.
I did enjoy it, parts of it anyway.
You got to play something
And
that wasn't just Codex Marines.
Yes, that's the first time I have played something that wasn't, because the one time I played Dark Angels, it didn't have any Dark Angel specific units,
Right.
except for the Ravenwing bikes. So I didn't really consider that. So yes, this is the first time I haven't played something that's not Ultramarines.
I'm excited.
I think I'm going to try out a game of Colosseum with my Emperor's Children's first before I go into an 1,000 point game.
Heck yeah.
Well, I definitely
Just
can
for
do
the
that.
sheer fact of wanting to know like what units do what, and that's a
Yeah.
smaller scale, so I'll have less to like look at.
Yeah.
I can be like, oh, this unit does this unit does that,
That's right.
you know, and then do a couple rounds of that because you can do like 2 or 3 rounds of that in a day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then move up to like an 1,000 point game a little later on, and maybe have a couple new units. That way, I know what most of the units do, and I'm not having to deal with 10 units of people that I'm like, I have no idea what any of these people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been looking at it over and over, and I may have rolled some dice against some Ultramarines at home.
Guys,
You
he was
know-
playing with himself.
Hey, we don't talk about that kind of stuff in under, But yes, I may have rolled some dice against my stuff, just seeing how stuff kills, and at any rate, but yeah, it was fun. I did have a good time. I can't wait to get a 2,000 point. And on a side note, our good friends at Play On, where we got the Coliseum, they are working on changes to adapt Coliseum to the 11th edition rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was the 1 unit of each.
Mhm.
Only
Yep.
1 of each unit.
Well,
Basically.
they talked about
Well-
the terrain and how the terrain's going to have to change because the objective
Yeah, of
markers,
course.
the objective markers are no longer circles. So
Man.
I
we'll
mean, do
see.
they really? Here's the crazy thing: that since they're not, affiliated with Games Workshop at all, they could just leave it circle, and
They could just leave it
it'll be a
circles.
circle for that. They don't have to they don't have to change anything.
Right.
It's a
I
separate
think
game. I love that
they're-
they're doing it, and it's going to be
Yeah.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
sure, but they could just leave it the same. It is a perfectly viable game as is, as it
Yeah.
sits.
I would assume that they're going to tell us that please continue to do so, but if you want to play it a different way, which I think having, to play 500 points multiple ways is going to be
Yeah,
fun.
I agree. I have just now
And,
realized that with the new coherency rules, I may have been looking through the core rules earlier. With the new coherency rules, I can't string out a unit of Poxwalkers from one objective on one side to the other objective on the other side anymore.
Nope, you cannot.
Really?
Yeah,
You got to stay within 9 inches. Your unit has to stay within 9 inches of each other.
Yeah, 2 inches
now
per
on.
model, 9 inches total.
Interesting.
So you can still, and within 9 inches, as long as a piece of the base of the two farthest models are
Doesn't
within
have to
9
be
inches
wholly
of each other.
within.
So basically, you can spread, depending on the size of the model, 10 inches out. But any of your large units that have big bases are going to have a hard time staying within 9 inches.
Yeah.
My 10-man not Infernus, my 10-man heavy intercessors, I ain't going to be able to spread those guys out much.
Yeah. And
They're
the failure to keep coherency causes the same problem of you just lose models.
Yeah.
So they're tired of the conga lines.
Yeah, they got rid of the Congo line.
But conga lines, man.
Oh, I'm with you. I love the
Oh,
conga
yeah.
lines.
Oh yeah, you Horde players just love those Congo lines.
What did you call me?
Horde player.
Yeah, I used to play
Would
Gears of War.
you have
was
your
really
your
fun.
your friend in there smack you or pinch you again, please?
You guys ever play Horde mode in Gears of War? Just me?
I've never played it, so I'm going to say no.
All right then.
What mode for what?
Gears of War.
It's a great mode.
Yeah. Yeah. Give
Too
me
busy
a
painting to
Warhammer
play
game that
video
plays like
games.
that.
I'm too busy painting to play video games.
That's an excuse.
It is.
Just saying, I'm too busy.
He's too busy painting to pay attention to things we talk about on this show.
That's not true. I just forget there's a difference. I'm
that's
an
fair.
old man.
That's
I
fair.
forget.
That's fair.
And you lied to me and said we talked about Thousand Suns when we had.
I didn't lie. We did talk about
That's-
Psychic because it came
I
up
think-
in another one. But
I think you're going to have to talk to your other boss upstairs about receiving me.
I was wrong. I didn't lie. There's a difference.
Oh, I see.
He misremembered.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm getting old.
I'm getting old.
You are not. You're not even 40 yet. What do you know?
I'm getting close.
Yeah. I mean,
40's
we all
within
can't
reach.
be. We all can't be in our 20s still,
Yeah, that's true.
or we all can't be like 20.
Man, age just really keeps coming up with you, huh? Don't you know we're in the age of darkness in
I'm
40K?
sorry. Yeah. Well,
In
you know what?
40K.
Yes, as you get older, it does become darkness.
once
Those
we had
cataracts, isn't it?
the cataphrons,
Yeah. That too.
once we had the dark age of technology, but now it's the age of darkness. Anyway, we should probably wrap up.
We should.
Next week we'll cover the rest of the faction focuses and get into some of the core rules, and hopefully have some cool extra reveals, because we have heard from content creators that there are more core rules that aren't in the core rules that have been added on since the book has been finished. So you buy the Armageddon box and your book is not correct anymore. But
That sounds like GW.
yeah. So the app will have all of the new rules, but hopefully we can get enough from the content creators that will have a full look by the time we
At
get to
least
covering the whole thing.
Enough to play.
Yeah. So
Yes.
until next time, then, I've been Trey.
I'm Brian, and remember, whenever you have a question, ask yourself, what would Gilliman do?
And I'm RJ, and I think Trajan the Infinite would just steal it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Remember to that was the outro. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stop the recording.